Welcome back to Football Manager 2024 Rebuilding Cologne. If you were to ask me at the beginning of the season if we would find ourselves in first place with 5 points clearing us from Borussia Dortmund, I would have thought you were crazy. But now we're entering December and we are exactly that. 20 points goal differential as well. We'll show you kind of how we've done over the past little while. After losing to Benfica, the 3-1 loss, we then tied against Stuttgart, which I thought was going to be pretty terrible. We should have been able to beat them, but it is what it is, and we managed to tie against them. We turned it around and then somehow just smashed Bayer Leverkusen 5-0. It was a joy to behold. We then ended up beating Anderlecht 1-0, Darday with a nice finish. And then we end up just beating Schalke 2-0 with a penalty, and then Benjamin Krimischke, who's doing pretty decent. He looks very, very good. I do like him. I think he's going to be fantastic for our midfield. I'm just not sure where I'm going to put Hassan now, because we're going to have Martel, Hassan, Darday, and Martel, so we're going to have to kind of rotate between them. We are parting ways with Christensen, so it is going to free that up as well. Mine is going to be gone, and then we did facilitate a transfer for bringing back Justin DL. He's going to be coming back January 1st, and we got him for, it says, I think 16 million, but we get 6 million back or something like that. I think it was 16.5 million is what we end up getting him for, and then yeah, 16.5, and then we get 6 back, so it only really costs us 10 million for a guy that we end up starting the save off with that unfortunately didn't want to sign with us, but now guess what? When you don't end up playing with Arsenal and then we're the only ones that are going to play you, guess what? You're going to be signing with us once again, but he's been playing pretty good, averaging around 7, which is very good for us, and does fill that role that we really need attacking left mid. So between even him and Hassan, so Hassan's going to kind of rotate a little bit. He can play so many positions between him and even Kramashi. I think Kramashi's going to have to play on the wing sometimes, even attacking mid. So we're going to try and train him at that position as well. He already can play defensive mid pretty good, and then obviously his natural role is more of a midfield, and then he can also play attacking, so we might even want to factor that in. So attacking playmaker and support might be something that we're going to try and push him a little bit more, but he is already 3.5 stars and doing very well as well. I do like having him, and then Hassan is already a leading Bundesliga player, so between all of them I think we might want to switch up Martel as well. Where is Martel? We'll end up having to look at him to kind of see where he can go. We also have Alderete, who's doing pretty good in terms of his development, doing good in the Pokal as well. He's played 18 games for us so far, but potential is just off the charts. He can definitely play in the future for us for sure. That's one of the reasons why we're getting rid of Christensen, and even Olsen I'm going to try and get rid of as well. But quick look at Martel, and he looks very good as well. Definitely someone that we're going to keep, but I do think that eventually Kramashi might end up going over top of him there. But obviously he's going to be very good for us. His stats look very good, and obviously 7.12 in Bundesliga, 12 starts. But I think we're going to try and not play him every single game, though. I think that's going to be the recipe, and just kind of rotate him throughout, so we can definitely get everyone involved. But Alderete is definitely going to be huge, especially the fact that he is probably more of a center back as well. So we might even put him more as center back and maybe do as a libero as well. But everyone's kind of coming in, and we're starting off very strong. Let's see if we can get to the next round in the cup. And here's our squad for the cup game against Bochum. We have Erbig in goal, Finkrup, Schmidt, Hubbers, and Augustin as our backline. Hassan and Kramashi are going to start as our defensive mid, Deal, Darday, and mine are going to start as our attacking mid and wingers. And then we have Trisoldi is going to get the nod up front. He's only really come on as a substitute throughout most of this season, so we definitely want to not kind of ruin his development. He was pretty good last season, so I definitely want to focus on developing him a little bit more than just playing Wiper all the time. Even though Wiper's kind of been our number one guy, but I do kind of want to create that competition between all of us. So Bochum, 2 wins, 2 losses, and 1 tie in their last 5. And currently we have 1 loss, 1 tie, and 3 wins. So just a little bit better than them, but we have had probably the stronger competition. We are playing more of a balanced formation here as well. But we're going to need another winger for sure this transfer window as well. With Mina parting ways, we definitely need to find another player that can kind of fill that role as well. So I know I did mention Kermashi could play that role, but obviously he's more focused on the center, but it is nice that he can play everywhere. But we're still going to want someone at least to come in as a sub, or even someone to develop into more of a starter would be pretty good for us. I know we have Thielman, but Thielman does get injured quite a bit. Oh my god, we have one chance there, and Hubbards can't quite finish. First one gets saved, second one rocks off the post. And we are away from home as well, so that might play in a little bit of a factor, but we should be able to win this one. And we've been playing pretty decent in the Champions League as well, managing to get some victories, which is pretty shocking. Obviously, it helps our bankroll the more wins that we end up getting, and the more times that we don't end up losing, which, I mean, we do have decent competition coming up, but hopefully most of the teams are already kind of settled. But moving on to the next round is going to help our bank flow for the next couple seasons for sure. And so far, going in halftime, there's not really much, but we do have more shots and more shots on target, so I will take that all day long. 51% possession, not really that much. No one's really playing outstanding though, so we are the favorites. We should probably act like it and get the goal to start, because Bochum's not even that threatening throughout the regular season, so I can only imagine with the Cup they're probably not playing all their starters. They're probably more focused on not getting relegated than anything. So just don't do any terrible mistakes and we should be fine. Would have been nice to have Thielman in, but he's out for at least a week. Just bumps and scrapes. He's definitely, he always gets injured for at least like a couple days anyways. And Finkruff with the corner here. Let's see if we can get it. No one can get to the end of it. Mina now with it and kicks it right at Raymond. We do... Oh, corner again. Okay, I thought he hit it over. I thought I read that wrong. We do get the corner again. Finkruff now with it. Still no one can get to the end of it. We are going to need a strong player that can at least get the headers for those. I know Hubbers does a lot, but we need at least a couple players that can definitely threaten aerially. Urbig now with it. Throws it out to Schmidt. Schmidt's kind of been a little bit of a failure as well. We got him for 6 million last season. We might even part ways with him if we can, and deal with a weird shot. Gets deflected, and somehow the goalie ends up stopping it. Thought we could have gone up 1-0 there. It's probably going to be a 1-0 game if we do win this one. 8-4. We do have another corner here, and Deal's going to have to come off. And Hubbard's, I guess he heard me from earlier, he ends up delivering and puts it top corner. And after this, we're going to end up switching off Deal and probably Finkruff as well. He just beats it. Close post, hits Riemann though. And that is it. Up 1-0. I do think it still ends 1-0. Finkruff's going to come off. We're going to put in Soppy. Let's take off Deal. Makoku for sure, yeah. Makoku's going to come in. He's been kind of a disappointment as well. I know he's just a loanee, but he's not as good, at least in our system, as what I would have thought. And then after this highlight, we'll make our other subs. Augustin, also wanted by some clubs as well. I don't really want to part ways with him because no one wants to pay anything for him. They want to pay less than what we paid initially for him, which is definitely not something we do. Darday with the corner. Hubbards gets the end of it, but way over. And we'll make our subs now. 70th minute in. Who's going to come off? Let's take off Tresoldi. He's played enough. We'll put in Wiper. Alderete is going to play in. We're going to bring him in for... Let's put him in for Schmidt. Kind of see how he does as the center back. Martel can come in. Mendy can come in. You know what? Let's put in Olsen. And we'll take off Kermashi. Olsen doesn't get enough looks, especially since we brought in Kermashi earlier, well, at the beginning of the season. And he hasn't really played that much. I should have probably taken off Darday now that I see it, but We do need his presence just in case we do want to get another goal forward on this one. But 11 shots, 6 on target, XG just off the charts. And it doesn't look like they're really threatening us too much. And we do move on 1-0. I know it wasn't that exciting, but still a good win for us. I will take a boring win than an exciting loss any day of the week. Champions League, we'll take a closer look at how we are before we end up playing our Champions League match. But so far we're pretty good. 11th place, much better than what I could have expected. Our 3 wins have come against Tottenham, Anderlecht, and Monaco, and our losses have been against Benfica and Arsenal. So not too bad, if I do say so myself. 4 6 goals and against 6 goals, for pretty much at 0. But I mean, there is a chance, there is a reality where we could easily find ourselves here with a couple games remaining. We only have, well, we have 3. We have Galatasaray, which could be a toss-up, and if we can even secure a tie on these 2 Italian teams, I will be extremely happy. So let's see if we can manage to get the result against Galatasaray and really start this off swinging. And here we are getting ready for the Galatasaray game. We have Urbing in goal, Finkruff, Killian Hubbers, and Augustin as our backline. Martel and Asan are going to be our midfield there. DL, Darday, and Thielman as our attacking mids, and then Wiper is going to get the nod up front. We do have some of our youngsters that are on the bench as well. We could bring them in if we find as though we're going to end up winning this game, but feels though it's going to be a 1-0, maybe even a 2-1 victory if we do get it. Pundits have us either team to win pretty much, so they don't predict it to be a draw. And I certainly don't hope it's a draw. I mean, I'd rather take the loss than a draw at this point. Just knowing you're going all in is a little bit better, but obviously we'll settle for the draw. But I'd rather push the pace and then possibly get caught than just kind of sit back on it. Hassan with a chance early on just boots it right over. Minute in and already our first shot, but nowhere near target. We are at home as well. Darday with a free kick. Alte ends up saving it. I'm not sure how good Galatasaray is in this game, at least not 3 years in. Finkruff with the corner. We almost got another one there. Goes for a goal kick. And that is it. So far, it's been only us. Darday with a nice cross. Martel can't quite get it on, and it goes for a goal kick. Possession-wise, we're also dictating so far. 10 minutes in, I understand that, but another corner. Darday now with it. Let's see if we can get it. And we do. Wow. That was just a cannon header. Wiper with the goal. Like I said, he's developing into quite the player. Like he's pushed out Mokoku. Like Mokoku doesn't even start for us, not even close. Especially with stuff like that. Wiper, I think he's like 7 foot tall though. 12 minutes in and we're on the board. Moves us up to 7th place, just above Ajax. That is insane. Another corner here. Let's see if we can get another one. That'd be crazy. Darday now gets it. Finds Finkruff. Martel back to Finkruff. And oh my god, that was close. Hits the corner flag, but Thielman's offside. Very close. So 7th place. That's pretty crazy. 0-0 all around for everyone else. I don't think their games have started. Maybe ours is a little bit earlier. Asan gets the ball now. Good passing. I do like that. Darday now with it to Thielman. Let's see if we can get them on the counter here. Hubbers to Asan. I guess it wouldn't be a counter now that everyone's kind of settled. Wiper now with it. Finds Finkruff. Everyone's playing pretty good together. Like I said, we're at a point where we only need to really find 1 or 2 players pretty much per transfer window, I would say. And like just 1 or 2 to potentially start, and then obviously prospects after that. Thielman with a nice cross, and Wiper with his second header. 2-0. Wow. And just a commanding lead early on. Thielman with a great cross though, but no better than Wiper just finishing it. Look, I thought he was offside for a second, and just makes Galatasaray pay for his height. So whoever's guarding him is pretty pretty bad or pretty short, but times it perfectly and just slots it in. And we're just below Tottenham, actually. We're tied on points, but just below them. Probably in goal differential. At least ours is now at 2. And looks like we got another corner. Let's see if Wiper can get a hat-trick in the first half. That'd be insane. Does not. Obviously, we're going to play for set pieces. Finkriff finds Darday. Darday just shoots it, but nowhere close. Work ball into box. And it does look like PSV and Copenhagen is up 1-0. Also Liverpool against Dortmund. Former Dortmund player scores on them. That's pretty funny. And PSG is up 1-0. Everyone's up 1-0. Except for us, up 2-0. And we'll take that all day long. And I don't even know who we're going to sub at this point because we're playing so well. You don't want to really mess with that. But obviously, depending on what the score is towards the 70th minute mark, you do want to kind of develop other players. Celtic up 1-0 on Basel. And just headers going in. Wilfried Zaha ends up scoring. So 3 goals, 3 headers. That is insane. And the one time that we kind of take off, Finkriff can't quite get there. That does make sense. I don't expect him to be able to do that. PSV up 2-1. And I thought we were going to be able to cruise through this. But looks like it's going to be a little bit harder. We're going to hold off on the Thielman sub, but we probably will bring in Mina at that point. We're going to ignore that as well. And now we'll make the subs. I hate that it suggests that because it does kind of screw up everything a little bit. Yeah, we're going to put in Elderete, take out Asan as well. Yeah, we'll do that. Elderete, what is he better at? Ball winning. Good. Good, I do like that. Thielman's now going to come off. Do we want... I guess we could do Moukoko. I do kind of want to see him on the wing. Yeah, we'll put Moukoko on the wing. We might even put him as attacking mid if we end up having to make that sub. But those are going to be our 3 first subs now. Probably make the other 2 a little bit later. Probably around 75th minute. And Zaha, their goal scorer, gets subbed. And I do like that. 16 shots, 4 on target. And I was hoping to make some other substitutions, but I'm definitely going to have to now. We'll put in Kenneth, actually. And we do have one more, Darday. Let's put in Ivanov. We haven't seen him. Let's see how well he does. Even if it's for the last minute. Just watch, it's going to cost us too. Moukoko with a nice cross. Elderete gets to the end of it. Ivanov with a shot. Oh my god, now it's a counter. But it was a nice shot, but there's nothing he could really do with that. Oh my god. It's not even his fault. That's the worst part. Jesus. We're going to demand more. That is insane. I called it too. That is so disappointing. We're going to go attacking here. They've only had 3 shots. Come on. That is so disappointing. There's nothing he can do. It's not like he did anything. It just got blocked and then they got us on the counter. 5 minutes extra time. Ivanov, if you screw up now, I don't know what I can do. I can't defend you. Moukoko now with it to Ivanov. Ivanov gets blocked again. He can't quite get a clean shot throughout this game. And we do move down to 12th position. That was a blow for sure. Schmidt now with it. Try and find Wiper. We haven't looked good in the second half, I'll say. Kramashi now gets turned away. Elderete headers it back in. Hubbard's now with it, and it looks like we're not going to be able to do it. Oh, that's so disappointing. Looks like it's going to end as a draw. Probably our more winnable of the 3. And so disappointing. Ivanov, there's nothing he could do. It was just turned away. That's just unfortunately what ends up happening. Let's see what his rating was if it ended up dropping, if they end up somehow blaming him for it. He didn't get enough game time. But it is what it is. Very unfortunate, but kind of funny at the same time. And we had it. We had it for sure. We should have been in the automatic, but it does look like we'll be fighting to make sure we stay up. But I think we should be clear. 6 points. I mean, Fenerbahce would have to win as well. And Juventus is already in it, so the Inter one will be pretty important because they could definitely knock us down. But a lot of things would have to happen for us to not end up making it. But we do get a million there, so I'll take that all day. We probably would have qualified immediately or automatically for the next round, but our bank balance is now around 38 million, so we will take that. Getting a decent amount of money through obviously matches and prizes. Probably would have got 2 million for that win though. But now we end up having to have 2 difficult teams with us, and we will probably come back for the Inter and maybe even the Juve. We'll probably come back for both of them, or we'll come back for the Dortmund as well. But definitely coming back in the transfer window, and yeah, probably Inter at the very least is who we're going to come for. But Juventus is at least home, so we do have a chance there. But Inter is definitely going to be a lot more of a struggle for sure. But hopefully you guys like that. Leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more, and thank you for watching. Until next time.